Why I am not concerned about electric cars replacing classic Mercedes in the future. I know a lot of people who are kind of like Chicken Little and like to go, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, because they're worried about environmental reform or just general society trends edging gasoline and diesel engine cars out of the picture. This is something that is a valid concern, but I don't think that internal combustion engines are going to go away. They are too reliable, they work too well, and the technology has been proven over and over again as reliable means of doing everything from propelling aircraft to transporting hundreds of thousands of kilograms of material, thousands of miles across different environmental conditions. Think of trucks transporting diamonds or rock or something in the frozen tundra. Or think of driving across the Alaska-Canada highway for 2,000 miles. I had a customer that did this in a 1965 190D and said that even though it was a very slow and tedious trip, the 190 never had to be shut off. It just kept going. And when he needed heat at night, he just left the engine running. That sounds to me like a pretty damn good engine. I don't think you could do that in an electric car. It would just die after a couple of hours. Then you'd freeze to death in the middle of nowhere, and nobody would even know where to find you because your Tesla's doors would be frozen shut, and you wouldn't be able to go out and flag down a semi-truck. I'm just saying. But there are a lot of reasons why classic Mercedes are going to stay with us. The first one is that the cars have timeless appeal. They look damn good. And that's not just the outside of the car, it's under the hood as well. Mercedes didn't just design beautiful bodies like the Italians did, or the French did at a certain point in history. They designed beautiful engines and suspensions. Everything in the car had a design element that wasn't just meant to be functional. It was meant to be beautiful as well. If you've ever looked at the fully detailed engine bay of, say, a 300D Turbo or a 250 SL, or even a 300 SE Coupe, or something massive like a 560 SL or a 600, you'll know that the engine and its mechanical strength has a great amount of beauty built into it as well. You could say that the engineers were accessing their artistic side as they molded the fuel injection lines or decided what colors they were going to plate all the ferrous parts in. While many of these engines may not have survived over the years in this form, we work very hard at every engine we rebuild here in the shop to recapture the imagination and artistic quality of these early Mercedes engines. And for that reason, when you pop the hood, nobody wants to see an electronic fuel injection system or, God forbid, an electric motor. I know a Wall Street Journal article with an electric 230 SL was featured recently. I think that this is more of an outlier because most Mercedes enthusiasts and classic car enthusiasts in general who respect Mercedes were disgusted by this display, by this vulgar display of stupidity. But I think that more so, the only people who like this sort of thing are the quote-unquote car guys that I crap all over in most of my videos. Car guys tend to be fascinated by weird deviations of cars, just like young children are fascinated by pink and blue toys or colorful candies. As soon as something else catches their attention, they're gone. Which is probably a good thing. These are the same people that swarm Cars and Coffee and look at a new McLaren. Now, a third reason I think these cars are going to stay around is because as cars become packed with technology, including technology that doesn't just regulate the engine but now regulates the driver of the car as well, the pull towards analog cars will become more intense. And Mercedes was able to balance a car being analog and fully functional with also being comfortable and usable. It's not unlike not unlike something like a Lockheed 1011 TriStar that could be flown manually while still delivering, excellent technology for its time. It's a lot less like an Army Jeep. Sometimes when people think of analog stuff, they think of a Jeep or a bicycle, and Mercedes in no way wanted that to be the case. But anyway, I digress. Most of you have classic Mercedes, know how good they are. The problem is that we have to reach members of our non-target audience, the people that never realized how good these cars were, but still have a chance today if exposed to them. That's why I say it's pointless to try to evangelize this sort of philosophy to your members or the people who are already sort of, who have already bought into the philosophy. It's actually better to reach people who don't know how great these cars are, and that's why I make some of these videos, because I want to speak to people who are looking for an analog car but didn't realize that Mercedes made excellent analog cars up until the mid-90s. Anyway, I hope that all of you enjoyed this video on why Mercedes aren't going anywhere in their present form. And if you're some sort of pessimist, get your head out of the gutter, go plant a garden, go pick up a physical activity, and go restore something cool like a Fin car or a Slash 8 or a 123. In the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe this video, and thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. And remember, I'm not going anywhere, and neither are they. Thanks, guys.